Find the critical value T, alpha over 2, for a 95% confidence interval. Let n equal 10. N is the sample size. So the sample size is 10. Now T is a normal distribution. So it's that bell-shaped curve. And this is T alpha over 2 is going to be right here, where the alpha over 2 is this area right here. Now it's a confidence interval. So these T values are going to be the same, just opposite signs. Remember, the middle is 0. That's the mean for the T distribution. The middle area is the confidence level, 95%. You're going to write that as 0.95. Alpha, which is the significance level, is going to be these two areas combined. So 1 minus this. Remember, the whole area is 1. So alpha is going to be 1 minus 0.95. You're going to get 0.05. So remember, this area is alpha over 2, and this area is alpha over 2. So the two areas together is alpha. To find alpha over 2, you just take half of 0.05 and you get 0.025. So each of these areas is going to be 0.025. Now we want this value T right here. There's a couple ways of doing it. One way is to get a hold of a table. This is from a textbook. This says T distribution, critical T values. You need the degrees of freedom, which you get by subtracting the sample size. Subtract 1 from it. So the degrees of freedom is going to be 9. And you need that 9 number to calculate the T value. So this first column, I'm going to go down to 9, where it says degrees of freedom. So this is from a table. We've got degrees of freedom. I'm going to go down to 9. And then at the top, it has 2 rows. Area in one tail. Here's one tail right here. The area is 0.025. And then it says area in 2 tails, which would be both the 2 tails added together would be 0.05. So with this table, I'm going down the middle column now. So I got one tail, 0.025, and then 2 tails is 0.05. And I'm just going to read off that number, and it is 2.262. That would be the critical T value for this situation. Now, another way you can do it is use the calculator. You need to have a calculator that can do distributions. I'm going to go to the distribution screen. I got to hit second, and this to get to the distributions. And if your calculator has the operation INVT, inverse T, then you can do this with a calculator. Not all calculators have it. So I'm going to hit inverse T. I need to tell it the area to the left. So you got to be careful here. The area to the left is 0.95 plus this 0.025. Or you can do 1 minus 0.025. You're going to get 0.975. And you have to put a comma and then tell it the degrees of freedom, which is 9. So this is the degrees of freedom. This is the left area. Plug that in the calculator. 0.975, 9, and it's thinking, and it spits out the same number, 2.262. That is how you find the critical T value doing confidence intervals.